Okay, back into it. M4, final table of the big 33 and the small blind. Looks like it's going to be a pretty easy jam if it folds around. And it does. We're all in. 8 players left. And the big blind folds. And we have the ace balls. I wonder if it's not better just to raise here. Like, it looks like a... Well, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Once this guy opens, we can just shove. I was just thinking if it had a folder to us, if it would have been better to jam or raise. I think actually I would have raised it. Just because the players behind could be fish. They might not think a raise. They might not think anything of a raise, whereas a reg would think that it looks pretty strong. This is really close with 10 jack. I think we can actually open it. Very, very close. I think I will see bet. And probably barrel on diamond. Maybe a 8. Kind of trying to work our stack back up, aren't we? Doing that the hard way. Losing big ones, but... trying to build chips up the hard way. One chip at a time. King 10 off. I think I'm going to fold that. If we can get a double up now, we're back up to 200. That'd be pretty nice. Up to 16 tables now. Things getting very serious. I think I might go for a check raise with the 9-10. A little bit gross, but... I'm so sick once he calls and we get a gut shot with 2 overs. I think we just have to... I think I'm just going to shove it now. Kind of funny. Oh, can we just get there one time? 3-4. He's calling behind pretty short with 3-4. And then calling a check raise jam. Probably not too terrible. To be calling the check raise jam. Pretty funny though. It's always awkward with that little, short stack. It's kind of awkward. But any spade or like, turned gut shot and that with overs like we had, we're just going to check raise jam. We could c-bet as well. I mean, obviously that's fine. But I do like to throw in some check raises in that spot. I do it a lot with value as well, so it's actually more probably value heavy than bluff heavy, but it's really close, I think, with the queens, but I'm just going to do the simple play and just shove it, I think. Obviously, I don't think we would very rarely 3-bet here, but we could call. We could just call. Yeah, I think it's pretty close. We're in the money in the hot 27, that's good. Didn't even notice. Bottom left. Oh, flipping. Can we ever win a flip, please? Just quads, he says. Just quads. Man, we run bad. It's so sick the way I've been running for 7 years. It's pretty sick. Give us a little bit of run good. Like, the furthest we ever get is 2 all-ins in a row. And then we hit a wall and lose like 9. Pretty disgusting. A little bit of luck one time. Just win a few in a row. Not possible. I've seen it done before. Oh man, this is so frustrating. Got ace jack in against king jack, jack high board. King jack gets there. It's just the worst. So hard to win a hand. All in. Poker gods are relentless. Right, we just keep doing things the hard way. It's more rewarding then as well. Oh, wow. 4, 6, 10, check, bet, raise, shove, fold is my guess. An interesting spot, isn't it? Top left. I think if it's better to be betting or check calling, or might actually be better to check call. Might actually be better. I think we actually can check here. They might bet with a diamond and they might bluff without one. Since they've checked to the river. Yeah, they had jack queen off, so we gave them every chance to try and do something. They only had 6 outs. Well, they only had 4 outs because they couldn't get a diamond, so... You know, they only had 8% to the turn, 8% to the river, and at the same time, we gave them a chance to bluff with low equity, so... I think they're going to have a lot of hands like that. But having seen that they didn't bluff in that spot when they're pretty much at the bottom of their range, and they didn't even fire 1 bullet, not even on the river, I do think checking is a bit of a mistake. Because they're just not stabbing. They're just not stabbing enough. Speaking of stabbing, we have ace 10 and m7. I think it's going to be a raise fold here. Does look pretty strong off our stack from early. So that being the case, I think we're pretty crushed here most of the time, and there's ICM as well. So I think I'm just going to fold here. Very unlikely he's doing anything too crazy there. I mean, I think I could be proven wrong, you know. He could be just trying to apply pressure with ace deuce, but we're not really opening many weak hands there in that spot with our stack in this situation. With there's 7 left now. Hanging around, hanging around. Weird spot top right. Pretty big jam and the guy's pretty loose. Might be a call. Ace king. Alright, just let us win a hand, please. Please. Let us win a hand, one little hand. I might actually cry like a little tiny mini baby if I don't win this hand. You might hear me crying like a tiny baby. We're going to have him crushed too. No, just folding. That's how we do it. And no non-showdown winnings. I'm fine with it. I'm completely fine with it, people. Completely 100% fine with non-showdown winnings. Oh man, how does he have that hand? Pretty grotesque. Ace queen. I think I'll just open it. Rather than jam it. Just because there's a small chance, you know, we actually get 3-bet. I get 3-bet and fold. Like, it's pretty unlikely. I mean, we're not folding ace queen, but like there's some chance we get like this play. Whereas if we just shove and he had like ace 7, like he might just fold it, but now he might 3-bet fold it. Doesn't look like he's folding, but at least we keep ranges a little bit wider. And we do actually have some raises and folds as we just did with the ace 10, so see if we can win a flip one time in our life. One time in the life. No, it's just never gonna happen. Just never gonna win a hand. It's just relentless. It is just never going to happen. Seems like we just might never ever win an all-in. Seems like it might never happen. You'd think that it would have to happen eventually, you know? You would think that mathematically we'd have to win an all-in pre. And balance up these tables a bit here. Oh, yeah, this one. It's fine, yep. So hard to win all-ins. I think we can 3-bet this. I just want to get a bit of run good and win a few, you know? Just bang queen on the river, you know? Ace queen and then ace king, flop a king. Like, whoa! What is going on? Just do it the way they do it. Just do it the way they do it on a daily basis. This is pretty close bottom right. This guy's been really tight. But I just think we're a little bit too strong not to jam. Don't love it. I think queen 4 suited is pretty close. I'm going to open it. We've got short stacks behind, so we get reasonable leverage and we can just fold when it gets raised. Having said that, I mean, that's a pretty small 3-bet. Probably should have thought about it for a bit longer, but in the end, I think I would have folded. Because it looks pretty nutty. Or 5. So he's jammed M6 top left, and he's kind of on the tight side, but I think, again, 9s is just too far up. We don't really have any short stacks behind to worry about, so I'm just going to ISO. He does have the 4s. And somehow we held with an overpair. I must admit, like, overpairs do hold a lot. I do find that. They're the one hand that doesn't let me down all the time. They do sometimes win. We're actually doing pretty good in that one. We're chip leader. Got a little bit of a buffer too, and there's 16 players left. It's nice. It's nice, yeah? Probably should have just shoved bottom right. I think it would have been better. Gonna fire one of those little tiny CBs. A tiny little baby CB. Wow, this is really weird top right. I think I'm just gonna fold. It looks a bit goofy, but I think, are we gonna barrel here? I think, well, maybe. This is weird. I don't know. I think I'm actually gonna bet. This is pretty weird. This is a pretty weird line. I think I'm gonna bet shove the river. I hope they don't shove because it's gonna put me. Oh man, it's so annoying. I was gonna bet shove the river. Now I have to calculate if we actually have the right price to call. I don't think we do. So how much is it to call here? 12, 13 to call. So we're like 4 to 1. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fold now. It's really annoying. I just think they have a draw a lot. Like they're pretty short and fishy. So I think they can have a lot of draws. And that being the case, I mean, I think it's a good spot to get a little bit weird and do like a really small turn bet. Sacrifice betting a proper size in that instance just because it allows us to shove the river. And I mean, if they had a jack, they're probably going to jam either the flop or the turn. So when they don't jam, I mean, it looks so draw heavy, like they have a flush draw, or king queen, or king nine, or sorry, was it queen eight, jack queen? What was it, 10 jack? You know what I mean? All those straight draws, the millions and millions of straight draw possibilities, of which we did block the lower ones a little bit. Wow, this guy just rips from early. Bubble? No. I don't know. I mean, we have 10s. He's ripped M10. He's a huge fish. I think I'm just going to call. Could have like 7s or something. 3s. Would be a good one to hold. All right, that's a good pot. mean, tens is just too high up. I'm guessing we lost with those sixes. This queen, bounty builder, kings here. Not enough. Yeah, just gonna just standard 3-bet here. Gonna isolate in the bounty builder, which is a pretty good spot. Given the fact that we cover and we have a range advantage. Now, can we hold? Oh my god, what a flop. First time I ever saw that flop. Where we just flop them. Dead. All in here with the queens against the fives. And, you know what I was saying about the overpairs not letting us down? That's not the case there. A bit annoying too, because we would have had M250. Anyway. We would have had M250. Quite literally. And, yeah. Really annoying, but we can try and get some revenge here with ace queen. Blue Clero. This guy's everywhere. He's on party poker as well. Who is he? He's good. He's pretty good, I think. Which is a little bit concerning that he's tanking, but I'm not folding ace queen. Flip. We're not good at flips. Yes! We want to flip. Call the police. Somebody call the police. Somebody call the police. Aces up, want to flip. King 5, I think we can open. Suited. Cut off. Seeing a little bit more folding than I'm used to on the weekend. We've just opened the king 5 and now the next hand the ace king. Good timing. I might just call with 9-10 suited here. I would 3-bet too a fair bit. I think throwing in some calls here is good with these hands. Oh my god, we just flopped top 2 in a knockout against a fish. And the fish is all in. Oh, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Boom, 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 boom. And this guy's tanking. Oh, come on, hold 1 time 3. Gotta love that. That's quite a large pot. Somehow we faded a gut shot. Somehow we faded a gut shot. Nice. I don't know what happened, but it did. It's a pretty big pot. 3 of 78. Nice. Nice. 3 of 25. Got work to do though in the 888. I might 3-bet bottom left. This guy's opening tons. I still feel we haven't been check raising enough. I feel like I've been missing spots or not. Speaking of which, I mean, we have one of those spots now. I think I will check raise here actually. Definitely, definitely a close one. But, you know, from the big blind here, we have 3s, 6s, 7s, 4, 5, 3, 6, 3, 7, 6, 7. We have all 2 pairs straights and sets. So, I mean, I think we want to be throwing in some bluffs as well. And I think this hand where we have 2 overs with a backdoor flush, backdoor straight makes kind of sense. I think I like this check raise. Just unfortunate that we ran into a hand there. I mean, he has called versus fairly early position, so we will run into some overpairs that just shove, but I feel like players overstab when check 2 in that spot, so it's still very likely he just has high cards or something weak that he's going to fold. I think with ace 10 here, we probably have a call. It'd be weird if he bets this. Really weird. Because we have a lot of 3s. 5s again. I think I'm going to tank call. I think he's going to shut down river a lot. I think when we tank call, it looks like we're trying to get him to bet river. Because he's a good reg. Sometimes I see guys tank on the turn and he's like, oh, you're pretending you have a close decision. You know what I mean? So he does check back. Oh, you're just pretending you have a close decision on the turn because you want me to bet river. So I check. He did have Jack Queen offsuit, the nothing. I think his bet on the turn is probably not too bad. Probably okay. I mean, obviously he's trying to fold out all of those weaker one pair hands that we can have. But at the same time, I mean, I'm just hesitating a bit because we do have a lot of 2 pairs, some straights, a lot of ace high as well, like we had. So I just think that makes it pretty close. But he does want to have some bluffs, and it seems like not going to have that many worse hands. He's not going to have that many worse hands to oh man, to use. I mean, he's in pretty early position. I mean, he might have some he might have some 9-10s and stuff. This guy's a bit loose. I think I can call with the ace jack. It is a knockout as well. Probably could have check raised, but I'm right. Might have been a better option. Bring that catfish back in. We're all in with the ace king here against ace 10. Somehow we held. A mini miracle. I think I will bet here. Ace 9. Wow, he just shoves on us. So we opened pre, and then he called and he just shoves the flop. I think that normally this is going to be just like king jack with a spade, or maybe sometimes like ace 10 or a worse ace, so we're not folding. How about a better ace? How about maybe sometimes a better ace? I mean, he's so passive. I kind of didn't think he'd have a hand like that, but I think I'm going to check with the aces here. Again, looking to potentially get some worse hands involved. I'm going to go ahead and bet on the turn now. So our hand needs a lot of protection. A lot of draws there now, just in case it goes check check. It'd be a bit of a disaster three-way. Good river. Shouldn't really have 7-9 very often. Question is, do we want to check or jam? Because there's a lot of draws there, but we do block some of them. I mean, if he's got a 10, he probably pays us off. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close on this one between checking and betting. Jack 9, Jack Queen. I think I will just go for the max val. Uncle Val. Must admit, I don't love tanking and then jamming. Just looks a little bit stronger. Alright, let's go bets, and then bets, and then bets. We have no diamonds. We don't block King Jack, Jack Queen, King Queen. We do block 7-8. This would be a pretty insane call. I think I'm going to make it though. With the 6. Well done, buddy. He's just got a 6. Just didn't make a lot of sense. Just did not make a lot of sense. This Bigelow. Male Gigolo. I might have continued top right if it was heads up, but once they both call, I think on a deuce, we're done with it. I'm gonna call with the ace queen again. This could be a mistake against this guy. Seems pretty, I mean, did 3-bet us before. Seems to be slightly on the loose side. I think when he bets out small, we can probably peel one off. Make top pair, and then hopefully he has kings and he can stack us. I think it's gonna... Oh, this must be close. Actually, with the knockout if we bust him, so... He checked pretty fast on the turn. It's hard to imagine he has anything, but at the same time, it's hard to imagine him bluffing river after snap checking turn. Most players don't, so I think I'm just going to shove and hope he somehow has like ace 10 and 3-bet us light, or has jacks, or thinks what we miss clubs and hero calls with some ace king or something weird. I mean, I would like to have checked because I just think he has nothing a lot, but at the same time, I just do not see him bluffing there, so we just have to hope that he actually did have something. And he just played it unorthodox, and I just kind of misread him. You know, like had jacks and or a 10 or nine heroes with 9s or ace king or something. Or does actually hit the queen with the king queen, does hit the queen turn and check on a double flush board, and you know that hand's probably going to shove anyway, and they'll call us all in on the river anyway though, so it's mostly the 10s and jacks. Maybe some worse hands that want a hero like 9s, but like I said, like I don't think most of the time if we check, he's just got ace king or ace jack, and after snap checking turn, I just never see him bluffing there. It's pretty rare to see a snap check turn and then a big bluff river, like, or any bluff river. Excuse me. I think most players after they snap check turn, they almost feel like they can't bluff anymore on the river. Which means, you know, sometimes I'll use it as a snap check bet just to make it look bluffier if I want to get called with like a medium strength hand. Some regs do that as well, you know, some regs will do that, but... Is it bubble? Oh, not really. What am I talking about? It's not bubble at all. 27 Pacific. It's final table bubble. It's going to fold that one. What I saw one where there was like... Where is it? Oh, this one. Top 7 get paid and we're 11 of 22. That's the Typhoon. Okay. I knew there was a bubble like not that far away somewhere, and it said hand for hand there, so I thought maybe it was that one, but... No. No aces up, no. With the Jackie Chans here, looks like a decent spot just to go ahead and raise. The Chan man. What do we got coming up? We've got the big 162 starting in 20 minutes. Nice. My favourite tournament of the session. Yeah, I'll go kind of large here. Oh my god, we flipped the set. That is the best. Oh man, come on. He does limp jam. Well, hopefully he has not got the overbear. He's going to have ace king and ace queen a lot. He could even have maybe 9s or 10s. He's pretty deep, but not that deep. So 8s even. Come on now, let's actually hold for once. Do we hold? We hold. I got a little bit distracted there and didn't play my my set exactly the way I wanted to, but I think it was okay. Let's see what happened. Yeah, I should have checked turn. I think I should have checked turn, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But the SPR's already won, so we can just check. And if he's got a strong pair, he's probably going to jam the river anyway. And if he's got a bluff, he's probably going to bluff his hand. Whereas when we bet turn, I mean, we could check turn and then shove river. I think there's more chance he heroes at that point with like pocket 8s or 9s or something under the jack, under the top pair. Or we could just shove turn as well. I don't know. I don't feel that good about betting the size we did against a reg. Although, no, actually, I don't mind it. It's probably okay. It's a very awkward, it's a very annoying size. Kind of looks strong, but then he might anticipate us as trying to look strong. Like, are we really going to bet 8k and then fold when he jams 20? On that board? Like, that's what I'd be thinking if I was him. But then he could start second guessing himself and saying, well, it's aces up. He does some pretty whack shit. Maybe maybe he's just taking last stand to try and win the pot. Gonna go ahead and we bet here. Guy's kind of loose. He's cut off. Got good blockers. Who's standard. It's worth pointing out too that it's getting kind of close to the money. Like we're 9 of 35, 27 get paid. So it's like you could be opening on the wide side just to sort of throw his weight around. He's got a decent stack. I must admit though, I feel like I probably overestimate players' ability to do that. They're probably not that wide, as wide in the bubble as I think they are. A lot of the time. Ace 10 on King Queen. I think we're supposed to just be betting this. His ranges are so wide on the big blind. We have such a range and nut advantage. Kind of a pretty bad card for us though, so I think I'm going to check. Could have some 6x, can have some kings and queens, which are looking quite good now. We do block 10 jack. Best we can really hope for is chop if you happen to make a sort of a light call with an ace with a backdoor flush. Like ace 8 of diamonds or something. Which probably checks the river. Looks like he's got a queen here a lot. We do block the 10 jack. Don't think he's going to bet an ace. He's a good reg. I think he thinks an ace is like pretty good showdown and checks. He's probably going to bluff other hands, I think. Probably going to bluff his 10 jack and jack 9. Probably going to check his ace highs, but he might bluff some ace highs, I guess. He feels he has enough value. Turn some ace highs into a bluff, which on that board, you know, he might actually, he has a lot of king x, queen x, some 6x. He has a fair bit of value going on. So maybe he'll turn some of his ace highs into a bluff since he figures that he might sometimes fold some splits. Oh, my arm. I'm out of training with this mouse. I've mostly just been playing weekends because I've been doing work on poker nerve during the week, among other things. I think I can check again, top right. On bluff catch. Alright, just value now. pretty hard for him to have big heart because he probably would have semi-bluffed with it on the turn. So a lot of times he's got like he had deuce 6 with the deuce of hearts and still calls. I think he can just fold that hand. It's a pretty bad call. We can have all better hearts. And the occasional full house of slow play trap. And a lot of hands that we have, a lot of hands we can have actually have pretty good showdown, so we probably don't bluff them like ace king and stuff. Seems like a bit of a loose cannon move. Or with a deuce of hearts. Jack 5 suited and we get king queen 4. Pretty close. I think I'm going to check raise it though. He's on the button and he's loose. Got him to fold, that's good. That's what I'm talking about, you know, I really want to focus on those spots. As much as possible. The king 8 check raise before, the jack 5 now. I feel like very easy to miss those spots. Very easy to look over at this table and look here and go, oh, we've got jack high and fold, and then go back over here and think. And it really does start costing you. And I feel that's part of my game. That's, you know, it's partly a sacrifice that I make because I choose to multi-table and play, you know, debatably too many tables. But, you know, it's, you got to do the best you can. And if I'm going to multi-table, you know, it's got to, that's fine, I think, but elevate the game. Make sure I'm not missing these spots that I should be taking. I mean, I'm not playing that many tables that I should be missing spots. I'm only on 13 at the moment. Wow. What a 6 spot. $44. He's just jammed in 14 on ISO. This guy, I think I'm just going to fold. It is bubble, so I think that makes the fold a little bit easier. And he's not, I mean, he's pretty tight. Oh, we would have ran into jacks. Ace 10 would have got, oh my god, that is disgusting. What a pot. Ace 10. It's pretty hardcore. Pretty hardcore. The bubble too. Easy fold here. This guy's an absolute nit. Yo ho ho ho. I'm just gonna fold it. Oh, I thought I was gonna time out. I think I'm just gonna rip this. It's a bounty builder. They're gonna call. Plus we can have flush draws. We're all in here with this king 10 suited. Not now he opens. I'll just fold it. Ace 9, sir. You were in pretty bad shape, sir. Pretty bad shape, sir. Pretty bad shape. Did have outs, though, until the turn. Now he just angrily jams. I think we just ISO here. It's a knockout, and he's angry. Oh, he's got the same hand. Now he's going to be really angry. He's going to be furious. Come on, Ace King suited. Don't let me down again. No, no, diamond one time. Man, it's so frustrating. Why do we never win a flip? And we lose to, oh my god, 9-10. So annoying. So hard to win these big all-ins. I mean, it's like not that many, would have got us perfectly set up. Not that many players left, and somehow it's actually, you can actually still buy in. And just have a tiny little stack. I love those tournaments where you can do that. These flips all in flips, pre-flop, and just killing me. Absolutely killing me. On the final table now, coming 3 of 9. 571 up top. Yeah, that $55 tournament, I really like that one. If we just get the ace-king versus tens. It's so hard to win a flip. So hard. So we're 15 of 30 average stack in the bottom middle and the bounty builder 82. So that being the case, I guess I'm going to kind of play a little bit tight against the bigger stacks so we can get paid and get 80 bucks. Get a buy-in. I like it. I like getting a buy-in back. Interesting with the tens. I mean, this is a really weird spot. You're gonna fold. I mean, it's very close. I don't know how much fold equity we have. Free flop. I think the money always goes in. So we're pretty much hoping it to be just, you know, that it's a flip. I think I'm gonna fold. Damn. Ace king. We actually would have won a flip one time. And I folded. We finally would have won one and I folded. Yeah, I mean, this guy had ace king, and I mean, that's pretty much the best we can hope for. So I'm not too disappointed. We just lost aces to jack 9? Are you serious? Yeah, I mean, the guy 4x'd from early, and then the other guy 3-bet that. I mean, just looked pretty nutty to me. This is a dicey situation. Oh man, how does that happen? Oh my god. Oh, I gotta share this hand. This is very unlucky for this guy. Have a look at this hand. So we open UTG with the 10s. He makes this 3-bet. Looks very strong. We're pretty short UTG, so not a huge 3-bet. Looks very strong. We do have a gut shot backdoor flush though with the overpair, so I decided to check call a pot-sized bet. I'm at a loss for what to do on the turn. I boldly move all in, thinking we have a flush draw, overpair, gut shot. He snap calls it off with the 4 high. GG. Break time. Be right back.